Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the season finale of Sister Wives. Big ass fools. I don't know, man. I'm gonna before we get started, let me get some ones in the chat. Uh to see if you guys can see me, you can hear me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I see the ones populating. Um Look, first, I'm gonna go on record right now. I'm gonna go on record right now. And I'm gonna say that TLC interns, you need to forward everybody who is subscribed to my channel or watches my content regarding Sister Wives. You need to forward them a thank you note, because if it wasn't for this group, this channel, the members and the folks who are subscribers and stuff, I would not be. I'll be off this train. This was some bullshit. Look. I know somebody gonna come out tomorrow. This was the most interesting, revealing tell out of our chat. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This was look. They talked about they brought up the dang on look, man, look. Y'all, man, that shit got me so bad. I'm so bad. First of all, I don't feel good. I don't feel 100%. But I'm going to get past that. I don't like the fact that I'm watching this stuff and it's like you don't even have the common damn decency to try to put on at least a decent, half decent show. This was just the quest for money. We're just watching a bunch of people collecting checks for nothing. This was stupid. Like, this shit was dumb. This was dumb. Oh, how come you don't trust Robyn? Because of the catfish. Man, look, I'm so tired. Look, let's talk about the catfish for a second. I'm gonna go on record right now. Do I think Mary cheated when it came to the catfish thing? And keep it in mind, cheated is a loaded word. I understand that. Did she have an affair? She had an emotional affair. Technically, Mary cheated. If you had a husband or a wife or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and you found out they were talking to somebody the way Mary was talking to the catfish person, nobody would sit there and be like, they were just talking. I should have been more understanding. Nobody doing that shit. It was what it was. But I think that if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. It was a dark time. What was the dark time? The dark time was Kody wasn't coming around and he basically abandoned his wife. So, in that respect, when people say, I don't think that Mary cheated, that's what they're referring to, because essentially Kody had already abandoned her. So, there wasn't a relationship necessarily to cheat on, other than the fact that they were still in a relationship by name only. Other than that, there was no functional relationship. But as we move past it, I just wish, this is where I wish Mary would just come out and be like, you know what? Yeah, I did the shit. I did it. I met a man because Kody wasn't coming around. He was spending all his time over there buggled up with Robyn. Nose so deep in her ass, if she make a left turn, he'll break break his face off. He's so busy with her that he didn't have time for me. We sit up here and Kody, look, I'm okay. We'll take it a second. He didn't have time for me. And as a result, I found the comfort and conversation of another person who made me feel fulfilled, made me feel relevant, made me feel important, made me feel like I was somebody. And so, yeah, I stepped out and I take responsibility for that. Now, I say that she should say that not because I'm trying to beat Mary down, but I'm so tired of them beating her ass over the head with this shit. I'm so tired of them. Like, what are we doing? And I like the fact that Mary brought when she did bring it up because they roll it. They try to say that Mary brought this shit up first, but I kind of feel like Robyn brought it up. Well, I mean, with the catfish stuff, I was going back behind Kody's back because she was saying stuff. I'm like, you need to get over there and talk to your wife. That's not what you said, Robyn. You lying ass trollop. That's not what you said. It doesn't even make sense. Because Kody is saying that you did one thing, and Kody is confessing that you came and told him what was going on between Mary and the catfish. You trying to pretend like you just simply told Kody, go over there and talk to Mary because she's having a tough time. I'm not going to tell you why though. That's not true. Right? The next thing, guys, gals, folks, peeps, that shit was 10 years ago. Kody's talking about we need to put things in the past and get over stuff. He was more animated about the catfish shit than he was about anything else this season. You need to get over it. Stop pulling that luggage up out the dang river, Kody. If you're going to be over it, be over it. If we're not going to talk about, if they can't get up and talk about what you did wrong, you don't get to get up and talk about what I did wrong. If it's forbidden, I'm sorry. Excuse me. If it's verboten for me to talk about what you did and your relationship with your kids who are still alive and still around today that you have a problem with today, and that's forbidden, then you damn skippy. We not talking about some shit that happened 10 damn years ago. A decade ago? A decade ago. There are people who commit felonies and are out, don't serve a decade. I'm still paying for a decade ago. So no. Like and I don't care if you're a Mary fan or not. Like that's crazy. And there's another part of this, guys. Can we be very straight up? It's like Kody has no idea what the word hypocrite means. He doesn't understand what a hypocrite is. Oh, for Christine to not get along with Robyn and not want to be friends with Mary, that makes her a hypocrite. That's not what a hypocrite is, you idiot. That's not what a hypocrite is. A hypocrite would be, I want to, because Christine has never made it, like she didn't mince words at all. Good for Christine. When she left in season 17, Robyn looked in the face. Christine, for the show, would you guys be willing to have a relationship so that we could continue filming together? That's basically what Robyn was saying. So we could basically continue filming together. So I didn't have to reveal any of my personal business and I can just simply sit around and talk about you. So maybe we could still be friends. And Christine was like, no, I'm gonna be friends with people I'm cool with. If I didn't call you last week, I'm not gonna call you next week. Boom, I got you. I dig that, Christine. Cool. But that's not hypocritical. Hypocritical would be, here's an instance of hypocritical. Hypocritical would be, I'm the moral compass of the family. I'm the counselor of the family. You could trust me. And then I'm told information and everything. And everything you tell me, I go back and tell the person, not for your benefit, but because of my relationship with that person. And then I don't understand why you don't trust me. Technically, that's not even hypocrite. You're just two-faced. Like, I just look. I don't. I'm so tired of trying to like. And I respect a lot of the and like I said, I'm a little under the weather. So maybe I'm just fresh out of like the you know how you have like that filter, you know what I mean? Yeah, that filter. And when I'm not feeling well, my filter just gets real thin. Like all of a sudden, I might say some shit. You know, I might say something that's a little too true. And when I'm listening to, I know there's going to be people. I know there's going to be people who are going to come out and they're going to try to create these I'm going to say they're going to create these very imaginative narratives as to why this season was so revealing and why we are closer to understanding the Browns. And I would simply point this out. There wasn't anything at all that was revealed in tonight's episode, the previous tell-alls, or this season that we didn't already damn know. There wasn't anything. The only thing that might be new is the whole backdoor deal thing. The fact that they got that Kody and Robyn are actively trying to sabotage the show with NDAs. But we already kind of knew that because Peyton had revealed that when the kids were coming out talking. He tried to straddle Christine's kids with NDAs. So we knew it was capable. We just didn't know he was actually actively trying to destroy the show. But this shit is like, don't, like, this is crazy. This is so bad. Like, this was so bad. This is so bad. Maybe I'm just like, you just don't understand how reality shows work, James. I don't think that's what it is. Because if you look at what they're talking about, everybody's talking about, we need to talk about, stop talking about the past. I'm tired. I am so tired. I'm so tired. Because if y'all can't do it, I'm going to just say it right out. If TLC can't spin them off into their own shows with their own stories, cancel the show. I'm going to say it one more time. If TLC doesn't have the ability, desire, or imagination to spin these shows off into individual storylines where each Christine and David, Mary and Jen, Janelle and the kids, Kody and Robyn, if they can't do that, cancel the show. It's insulting to hear them talk about, do you think you could be friends? Do you think you guys will ever come together as friends? Are we in grade school? This is the most this is the most simple I'm about to say something jacked up. This is the most simpleton-minded, idiotic position I've ever heard adults on the couch talking about. You don't get along with somebody. I don't need, you guys have kids together. You gotta be able to be best friends. No, you don't. Though, if you have kids with somebody, you have to be cordial. You have to be cordial. You don't go there, like if you show up to a mutual event like a wedding, a birthday, holiday, or something, especially over at your kid's house, don't go in there and start throwing chairs. Don't go in there and start arguing, fussing, and fighting. If you got to sit on one end of the room and they sit on the other end of the room and you guys just, let that be that. If you have young children, you should be able to call each other, talk to each other if necessary. They have, like, especially in most family courts, depending on your jurisdiction, they have like what is the app that they use? Like the My Family something or other, where you can contact each other via phone calls. Like you could call each other, text each other, or use, like, there's an app that they have that became very popular in family court, where you basically are going through the court through a third party server to contact the court so you can communicate with each other. And they even have like from my understanding, they have like a temperature gauge on that app now where if you send it off, like if you got a message and you about to send that bad boy off, you mother so and so Mickey ass thicky, you about to send that message, it'll tell you like it'll give you a rating and say you might want to think about this one. Yeah, sure. Some people need that. And you take a step back, take a walk around the block, maybe send it the next day. But quiet as it's kept. If you're doing depending on your relationship, phone calls probably work the best. But if you have a tenuous relationship, text messages so that everything you're said that gets said and is said is documented works. Uh Family Wizard, My Family Wizard is the name of the program that they usually use in a lot of jurisdictions. But or if it's really, really tense and it's problematic, even if it's leaning towards a PFA or restraining orders, then you want to protection orders. You want to use the court system most likely, so that way it goes to the court and they already have the documents. They get all the communications. But all you have to do is be able to communicate about your child. You don't have to sit there and, hey, how's David? None of your business. How's Robyn? None of your business. Okay, well, see you Saturday, at the police station. We'll drop the kid off, exchange in the parking lot, you know what I mean? Or supermarket, wherever you do your thing at. But this is just craziness. Like they treat it like, if you were to say to somebody, I don't understand, you guys used to be best friends in grade school or middle school. You guys graduated high school, you went to college. I don't understand why you guys can't be best friends again. I don't know them. They don't know me. Like, we'd have to start over. We're starting over as strangers, right? But for them to sit there and say somebody who you actively had a problem with, ripped you off for money, you have trust issues with, there's no rebuilding that. And the only reason why you even posit the question is because it's a TV show. But for the fact that they were on a TV show together, nobody would sit there and be like, Kody and Robyn need to just try to work things out with sister wives so they could be best as friends. Kody or Mary, Janelle, and Christine need to, be best friends. No, they don't. They don't like each other. So let that be that. And I'm tired of them trying to force like storylines. The storylines don't work. Storylines don't work. And I was watching I saw some of the commercials because TLC going TLC. 90 Day Fiance, and I bring it up for a reason, not for people to be turned off by 90. He keep bringing up 90 Day Fiance. I think it's the best example because 90 Day Fiance does the same thing, but it's just less obvious because it's truncated, because many of the people that they have on the show haven't been on the show as long. And so essentially it's just they recycle the same characters back onto the show over and over again and try to create these stories and storylines. But the story isn't the reason why people tune into the show. They tune into the show for the personalities of the stars, or so TLC thinks. And they do basically the same thing with Sister Wives. They are assuming that it doesn't matter what story they put up because we're just going to keep watching it because we're just that enamored with Christine, Mary, Janelle, Kody, and Robyn. We're just going to keep tuning in because, that's what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk about these folks, but it's just, I don't know. And I'm not even going to hate because Mary did better this season about, coming out, speaking her truth. She did better. But let's be honest, a lot of the stuff that she was coming out revealing is stuff that she should have said like 10 years ago. These stories are 10 years old. These stories are like, you know, they're just old. They're expired. They age like, you know, 4-day-old milk on a sidewalk in 90-degree weather. Like, it's just, what are we doing? I will not be silenced any longer. So let me tell you about 10 years ago. Tell the story from last week. Oh. I'm just saying. And it's like yeah, Wendy. Yeah, Jasmine doing pillow talk. That's what made me think about it. Jasmine and Matt. Yeah, we're gonna do pillow talk. Oh, they got what's her face? Yachty with the body. What's her face? The chick from Jungle Love or whatever the hell it was. Love in the Jungle or whatever it was. Jungle Heat. She was they making a star out of her because she was willing to get up and talk about all her business. You know what I mean? Like all the first times. I brought a guy here. We did this, that, and the other for the first time. That's for the first time I did that. Over there, yeah. Love Island. There you go. Love Island. You know, I didn't finish that shit. I watched like 3-4 episodes of it. I was like, what am I doing? This is terrible. Finished my last episode of 90 Day. I have zero reason to watch it now. I'm done with it. And my whole schedule, I'm so happy when I see like them clown ass people on like the little promos and stuff. I'm so happy I'm not still involved with that shit. Cause it went the same way. Like they're going the same way as Sister Wives went. They're going the same way. Where it's not a story. Like there's nothing. What do we like at the end of the what was it, 90 Day Happy Ever After was the last one I watched. At the end of the season, kind of like now, I would sit there, like I'm sitting there saying, what did I watch? What did I spend all that time watching? Because nothing really happened this season. It was a lot of fluff stuff that had nothing to do with nothing. There was no comprehensive storyline. There was no issues that they were addressing, nothing that they were really talking about. This isn't a show any longer. If we're going to be honest, this is no longer about polygamy. This isn't a show about polygamy. And so I don't, I'm not impressed. In a way, it's going to come down. The only thing that's really going to happen is, I think ultimately the producers, Robyn and Kody, had a meeting. And this will be the first time anybody heard this. Breaking news. Robyn and Kody, I think, had a meet with the producers. And they were talking about the prospects for future shows and ideas. And one of those prospects is, they have a daughter who's dating a guy, and it seems like it's getting pretty serious. And if they want to get married at some point or get engaged, they want to do that on the show. And I think that the producers looked them in the face and said, well, we're not going to do it because frankly, you guys are the anchors for your daughters and nobody likes you. Nobody's interested in you. So what I think the plan was that this season they decided they were going to dirty Janelle's ass up. I think that's all it is. Like, because you can't tell me, like, Janelle's been Janelle the entire time. Janelle's been Janelle the entire time. And so you can't tell me that all of a sudden this season they just discovered it. Hey, whoa, there might be some suspect or questionable things that she's engaging in that, whoa, maybe give us a little bit of pause. Hey, they've been covering for because Janelle was one of the more popular characters. And I think they're sacrificing her ass. trying to make Kody and Robyn more likable because they're trying. How do you tell their stories if you don't care about them? Like, it's just basic storytelling. How do you tell the story of somebody you don't care about? If Janelle's friends, one of Janelle's friends, I know one of them passed away, but if one of her friends had came out and said, "We're going to do a married special with this person you just met," would you give a shit? Like, nobody's tuning into that episode. And it's the same thing with Robyn's kids. We watched. The reason why people are tied into the OG 13 is because we saw them spend a significant amount of time on our televisions. We watched them interact. We watched them have issues and problems. We watched them have to work through their troubles. And we'll struggle with them and discuss them and talk about them. And we felt the closeness to them because of those struggles. Robyn and Kody, they always try to present her kids as being perfect. Perfect kids don't have problems. Perfect kids don't need assistance. Perfect kids don't really get paid attention to. And when push comes down to shove, because those perfect kids are attached to somebody whom is not favored by the audience, and those kids are benefiting on the backs of other kids that you might favor or care about, all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to see them get married. I don't want to see them have good fortune. I don't want to see them have bad fortune, but I don't necessarily care about watching her go out and pick a dress with Robyn. And that's why they're so, like, I earnestly believe that's why Kody and Robyn are so desperate to get away from talking about the other sister wives, because they want to do their own stories. The problem is nobody gives a shit about their stories because nobody knows anything about the people they're going to try to build up and push up. Nobody at this point amongst anybody is telling the truth. Nobody's coming out saying this is what's going on in my situation in my life in any of them. Like, we're talking, like I said, we're talking about like 10-year-old subject matters. Like, what? 10 years ago, they cheated. She cheated on me. 10 years ago? You were broke up with her technically before the 10 years ago, but whatever. Yeah, I just like this whole, like, I thought this episode might be a little more spicy because the way they try to do it, at least historically, just good TV. Let's talk about good TV. When it's good TV, your season finale, your whole season could have been booty. Okay? Booty. Booty, 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 booty. Booty everywhere. Booty, right? But just season finale is usually the best episode of the season. And if I sit down and I challenge any of my contemporaries, people who are going to comment on this shit, sit down and don't write anything down. I challenge you to be like, you know what was interesting when they said this and that and other, and I learned something new. You're going to have to sit down and take some notes. This shit was a snooze fest. I almost felt, there was a point where, like, I caught myself, I almost fell asleep watching that shit. I was like, this is terrible. This is boring. Listen to Kody trying to philosophize. A man gets angry. When you burn down the bridge of loyalty, you can never cross it again because it can never be rebuilt. It takes time, hard work, dedication in order for you to even consider rebuilding that bridge. But you just said it could never be rebuilt. I don't understand. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Lady Bad said, you just count out petty we can be. I want them all to have bad fortune. Want them all to get cooked. Let's see. We had some super chats come in. Oh, we got Megatron in the house. What's going on, Megatron, with the $2 super chat? Said, who having a thank God it's over party? Hashtag snooze. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Usually, like, there was a time when we do these tell-alls, boy, I'd be fired up. My blood pressure be high as hell. I'm like, man, I'm gonna mess around up and have a stroke. Only thing I'm in jeopardy of are catching some Z's, counting some sheep. That's the only thing I'm in jeopardy of. You know what I mean? He's planting on the damn desk. That's the only thing I'm in jeopardy of. This episode was horrible. Do you have it? And I love the and that the monotony. Oh my goodness. And what makes it worse, like, not only do they not have shit to talk about, but for them to just, you don't have anything to talk about. And then you turn around and ask the same damn question about nothing 6 freaking times. You don't even have a question one. I don't even care about the first question answer. And you go ask the same question 6 more times. Kody, do you have anything to apologize for? No, I don't think I did anything wrong. Robyn, do you have anything you like to apologize for? I'm gonna pretend like I'm thinking. No, I was actually perfect in all my relationships. You know, Janelle, you got anything you want to apologize for? Backdoor deal, you know. No, just if somebody wants to me feels offended, they should come to me and talk about it. I'm just like, this shit was crazy. But yeah, I'm kind of on that thank God it's over tip. I mean, I enjoy this. Like, well, I will continue the Sunday nights and the Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff, but and I'll put videos out during the course of the week. But it's just it's not even so much to even clarify. It's not even so much I'm happy the season's over. I'm just happy that we're gonna stop pretending like they're telling us something and so they can play in our faces. That's the part where I'm happy about. Like, stop pretending like, because it gets on my nerves when, you know, that little pet peeve. When anybody sit around and be like, "Oh, this was a shit." Like, this one, oh, this is a banger right here. This was not a banger. This was not a banger. This is not a great episode. Because if you look back on this season, and I challenge anybody, if you look back on this season, the only thing that really happened during the course of this season of note was the apology tour, which was a dud. And that was all bullshit. And the sailing the Coyote Pass. That's it. Everything else is fluff. Everything else is bullshit. Kody working out in a gym, in a garage. Bullshit. Watching, David traverse back and forth from Utah or Arizona, Utah to Arizona to North Carolina, back and forth, taking Janelle's stuff to move her, moving McKelty to North Carolina, everybody moving. That's what this season was about. It was just, this shit was dry. This shit was dry as a chip. It was crazy. I don't know what we doing. But let me give Megatron, the one, the only Megatron, a little something, something. Had to turn my speakers down a little bit. I'm about to wake the whole damn house up. They're like, what the who That'd be the most exciting thing that happened in my damn house tonight, because it damn sure wasn't that tell-all. Then we had Megatron once again with the $2 super chat. I came, I saw, I offended, and now I'm sipping Bye, sister wives. Yeah, big bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't let don't hit you with a good Lord split you, because that shit was terrible. You know what I mean? That's one of them things. I remember. That's what you got to be ashamed of yourself. I remember there was a kung fu movie. It was called Mortal Kombat. It was changed to Mortal Kombat. It was originally called non-PC Crippled Avengers was the name of the movie. But about a bunch of guys that get, handicapped by a big evil dude. And they had this big guy, big muscle bound dude, and they all learned kung fu. And big muscle bound guy was like, "Look, I'm gonna feel bad if I kill a bunch of, guys who can't walk and stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you get 3 punches, 3 kicks, then it's my turn." And the guys jump up. They're like, "All right." First guy go, hit him, pop, pop, pop. Guy brush his shirt off. Guy kick him 3 times. Tink, 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 tink. Did some crazy shit. Didn't even stutter step. He didn't back up a little bit. He was just like, "Oh, that was terrible." Next guy went. He punched him. Dude said, "You need to practice more." He kicked him. He said, "You call that a kick? You ought to be ashamed of yourself." The last guy, though, he had steel legs. He killed him. He said, the one guy, they made him a little slow. He said, "Hey, you got steel legs." Just said, "I would have fought all that stuff, golden arms, iron palms." He said, no. He has steel legs. His legs are made of steel. Dude kicked the shit out of him. It was crazy. Oh, yeah, that movie's called Mortal Kombat. You can find it. But yeah, that's how I feel about TLC. You guys put this show out. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. This show is terrible. What? Did you watch it? And I love Suki at the end. "We had the most revealing tell-all of all times. I feel like you just opened up and told us the whole world, Kody." Kody didn't tell you shit, Suki. Now that, my friends, is gaslighting. That's what gaslight looks like. I watched the tell-all. And so you telling me, James, you don't know what you talk about. This was the most revealing tell-all of all times. Kody came out, he told some truths. Son, he no holds barred, man. He just let it all loose. He need to go back and watch it again. Kody didn't say shit. Okay. Kody got offended. All Kody did was he scapegoated, he hid, he transferred blame, he evaded questions, he used his anger, fake ass tears, fake compassion. "Oh yeah, Mary ain't shit. Yeah, that skeezer was she was messing around on me, cheating on me. Oh yeah, she's a horrible person. My wife told me about what she was doing. Oh, but then when I see her with Ron, oh, I felt like that was the most beautiful experience." If some woman, look, if I was dating somebody and I found out they was backsliding on me, they was out there slipping out the back in my relationship, tiptoeing out of my relationship. If I see them with their next boyfriend, I'm sorry, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the petty one. But I'm not gonna be sitting there, "Oh, they look like they in love." I'm like, I hope they both trip. How about that? You know what I mean? I be feeling like CeeLo Green up in that joint. "I see you riding around town with the girl I love," and I'm like, "F you." Oh, it's all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. You are not gonna be sitting there. "Oh, that is the most gorgeous thing. It seemed like they were having so much fun together. It was beautiful." No. I see you riding around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, both barrels, bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? F you, like both y'all. I hope your car go into a ditch after it run up a tree on fire. Excuse me. You know? this guy, man, hypocrite. Oh, I just believed it. Mary's a cheating ass scallywag, but she looks so happy with a new boyfriend. You can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. Y'all just you're a bunch of you're a pack of damn liars. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna be mad, be mad. You know what I mean? If you're mad that your person cheated on you, the most genuine thing you could do is for Kody to be mad. And we could say, like, oh, he didn't have a right to be mad. That's true. But let's face it. You know how many people, you know who get the maddest about the prospect that they significant other is cheating on them, or always curious or mad or asking questions about the significant other cheating on them? You know who do that? The mug who's always cheating. The one who always obsessed with what you doing, who you talking to, what's going on. I know you cheating. I know you stepping out. Check their phone. Check their phone. Check their phone. Because they be the maddest ones. You know what I mean? And so Kody sit there like, you're lying to us now. You're lying to us now. You're the hypocrites. Oh, we're a happy family. We get together. We try to work things out. And then come to find out you don't even talk to your wives to the point where your wife is stepping out behind your back. And look, I get it. I get it. There's a point where you say, like, if you can tell when your relationship is over when people stop trying. Because if I thought my wife was talking to somebody, I'm gonna talk to her about it. I'm gonna talk to her about it. What's going on? What's happening? Who's this person? Whatever. I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? And what the end result of that conversation will be, I don't know. But we're gonna have a conversation about it. What's not gonna happen is I'm gonna stop showing up. I'm not gonna just stop coming home. Oh, yeah, I think she might be talking to somebody. Yay! I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriend. Then you didn't give a shit. So, like I said. But thank you so much, Megatron. The one, the only Megatron. We have Megatron once again with the $10 super chat. Because Megatron's right there with me. I see you driving around town. Don't let me find out where you live, because your car about to be up on bricks. You're gonna be driving around town for long, sucker. Not with them busted ass windows. Why didn't Mary say what we all know? Robyn was the catfish. She wanted to say it, but you can see her rewording her thoughts. Yeah, air that, be the hell out, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Clock the fuck in. Right. And that's the whole thing. That's the part that where y'all, you look, if y'all trying to be like these sophisticated, dignified ass people, like I'm trying to be classy and that's beneath my station. If you're trying to be that person, get off of reality TV. You don't have a place on reality TV. Reality TV is messy. It's messy. I said that before. I remember, like I said, that from my respect, I think reality TVs are a bastardized version of talk shows from the 80s and 90s, right? Where people used to get up and they had very salacious stories and like sex driven stories and like these high octane stories. And reality TV just gave you the opportunity to, instead of listening to them tell the stories, you got to watch the stories unfold, right? And when it came to like a lot of those reality shows, there were certain shows that were pretty much, if I always took the perspective of, if you knew you were going on that show, you pretty much knew what you were about to hear. Like, for instance, if you got called on to Maury Povich, there's a question of whether that child is your child. Right? You know what I mean? There's a question of like, who is not the daddy? Like, there's a question. If you get called on to Jerry Springer, your wife is not only cheating on you, her boyfriend is gonna be there. Or girlfriend or whoever. Boyfriend, girlfriend, throuple couple, whatever. You know, dog, horse, cat, whatever it is coming out. Like you gonna be, and you probably gonna be scrapping on Jerry Springer. You catch a fade on Jerry Springer. Yeah, there was a few shows. And so if I was ever sitting in my house and yeah, right. So he said, you are not the father. There's 100%. What's the chances he's not the father since you brought him on TV and embarrassed and humiliated his ass? He is 100% the father. Ain't nobody else the father. 100% guaranteed because I'm 1,000,000,000,000,000,000% that he the father. There's nobody else, Maury. Nobody else. They never called him Maury because his name is Maury. He's Russian. Or I think he's Russian or Ukrainian. And they're like, Maury, he's the father, Maury. And Maury be like, okay, you are not the father. And every time they would jump up and run off, I was waiting for Maury to look at him and say, you need to tighten them shoes up. You finna be running. Yeah, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, get about the way because she coming through. I'm saying she coming through. Freight train about to leave the station. You are not the father. I'm running people over, you know. But I always said, like, if I was sitting in my crib, right, just minding my business like I do, and all of a sudden my phone rang, and he say, James, say yes. Say, James, from My Take on Reality, say yes. Are you married to Miss My Take on Reality? I say yes. I'm with the Maury Povich show. I'm hanging the phone up and I'm going in another room and talking to her ass. What the shit is going on? What is happening? You're not going to bring me on TV to embarrass and humiliate me when we can have this conversation. Why am I getting on a plane, booking a hotel, and I'm going to sit there with you all night and knowing full well you going to pull me on TV and tell me some bullshit? No. You can tell me now. Whatever you got to say that shit now. I want all mine now. I want it straight up. I don't want to wait. I never understood that because you would never get me on the. Yeah. I am not that person. I've been on TV before. Shit, it ain't that exciting. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna get me on TV on no bullshit. Oh, James, we're gonna pull you on TV. Don't talk to her about it, okay? Wait, why? Because we don't want you guys to have a conversation unless there's security around. Whoa, hold up. What is going on? You gotta have security? What are you doing? You need a security force to protect you. Oh, what are we doing, y'all? So no. I'm just saying. But I wish, and Mary, like I said, Mary she's so defensive about the catfish that it always feels like she's holding back because she's afraid of what somebody gonna say about it. But it's like, it was popularized and is more common parlance now with Eminem 8 Mile. They say this in like any, like if you go to court or if you having like debate or argument, you always present your weakest argument yourself first. Because if you give the other person or your adversary the opportunity to present it it's going to be jacked up the way they're going to do it. So you want to say it first. So whatever it is, Mary would actually serve herself by just admitting what it was. Yeah, I had a dude. I thought it was a dude. You know, I hadn't been with a man, like if you marry, I ain't been with a man since Utah. And we were in Vegas for 5 years. And so when she had an opportunity, get her wig blowed back, she was like, you know what? I'm down for that. So I was lonely. I was looking forward to I forget the dude's name. He was gonna come in there and blow the cobwebs up off of it, and we was gonna do some things, and it didn't work out. Right? If she just come out and be like, we were in a full-on like flirtatious relationship. I'm an adult. I'm a fully mature adult. They were a fully mature adult. We was thinking about some things. I was trying to get tightened up. Turns out they was playing the trick me game. They was playing a crying game and shit. And it didn't work out. Now, let's talk about Robyn's ass. Because what got me hooked up into it was I was talking to this person. They knew a lot about me. Then all of a sudden, Robyn's friend told me that this person is real. They told me that they met them in person. Now, normally I'd be like, you got to carry your own water. If you go out and make a mistake, you made a mistake. But if it's something like that, yeah, I might have to ride over homie house. If some dude did that to me, I might have to ride over to homie house. And we had to knock on that door. We had to have a conversation. But you told me this was a person. Come to find out, this was a scam. You said you knew them. What's up? And part of the problem I have is I feel like Mary's still in that position where if she's not actually trying to do it, she's trying to hold out that she's going to be friends with Robyn, or there's a way that she could try to mend that relationship with Robyn. And for me, there's no coming back. Like Kody talking about like burning down the bridge of trust and all that bullshit. If you hook me up on some old, Philly fake out shit, some fugazi ass date stuff, and you hook me up like that and get me set up, oh no, we can't never be friends. And it also occurs to me that because Robyn knows you, Mary, because Robyn knows you, she know what you like, she know what you don't like, she know what your turn-ons are. When you sit there and was crying and complaining about what Kody wasn't doing for you and how you wish he would this and you wish he would that, Robyn was there taking notes. And she was taking them crib notes, passing them off to the catfish, giving them the 411. Then all of a sudden, you know how easy that shit is? You know how easy that is? Like, that's basic. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, I mean, maybe it's basic for the rest of us. But that's like basic stuff. Because if I know what you like, I know what you don't like, then it just makes when I make that approach, it just makes it that much more easy. Like if you say if somebody, I'm trying to dirty Mac, I used to call it dirty Macking back in the day. If you dirty Macking somebody because you have information you shouldn't have, intel you shouldn't have, and you're creating you're cultivating a personality that person would like. If they like sarcastic humor, your first opening line might be something sarcastic. If they think sarcastic humor is lowbrow and ignorant, and they don't like pickup lines, what you do is you just wait. Position yourself at a bar or club or in their vicinity. Wait for somebody to approach them, or you get one of your buddies to approach them. Say something real sarcastic and silly, Did you just fall out of heaven? So, yeah. Did it hurt when you fell out of heaven or whatever the hell, you know? And then you just, oh, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I didn't even see you sitting there. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, sir. We were just having a conversation. I haven't seen my buddy in a long time. You start your conversation. Oh, thank you for saving me from that sarcastic asshole. I know, right? I hate sarcasm. It's such lowbrow humor. Brr, brr, brr. We have so much in common. This is also like stemmed off of the dirty macking. What, you know, when you talk too much to your friends, you tell them what your girl or your boyfriend like, your husband like, you know, my man, oh, he loved pecan pie, but I think pecan pie is disgusting. I ain't never gonna make him no pecan pie. He loved carrot cake. I ain't never gonna make him no carrot cake. And all of a sudden, your little girlfriend, when you ain't home, show up. Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry, I was here to see Barbara, and I wanted her to try some of my award-winning carrot cake. My family recipe pecan pie. They call it scrumptious, you know. Oh, I mean, she don't like it. I'll try it though, because I'm a big dummy. You know, we have so much in common. That's how you get that shit. You got set up, girl. Like, like everybody see it but you. Yeah, I mean, and the sad part is, I might want to say that because the part that's insulting to me is that I think you do see it. I think you do know. I just don't think you do anything about it. I think you do. I just don't think you do anything about it because you're trying to do the show and you're trying to be cool on the show. So you just sit there and pretend like everything is copacetic and cool. But thank you so much, Megatron. Before we go any further, let me get some. I wanted to give some hearts in the chats. This is something typically we do on the show to support people who may be going through some things, struggling with some things, or have issues, or maybe they have positive things coming up, but they got to really focus on those things. So, let's get some hearts in the chat for our friends and family: Carmel Cuties, Megatron, Miss Betty, Kathy Ferran, Allison Gaines, and Marlo Peterson. She has some things that she's trying to do. So let's get some hearts in the chat to support them. And also for anybody who's who didn't send a message or wants to keep it more low key. No, we pulling for you, and we don't have your name. We still thinking about you. But yeah. Thank you so much. I don't, sometimes I'll get messages, just, messages of support. And if I don't have express permission to share your stories, I won't do it because I don't want to violate that trust. And I'd rather err on the side of, not saying something as opposed to putting out something that you guys don't want me to put out. So that's why I keep it a little more general in some cases. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate you, Megatron. Jody Periscala with the $4.99 super chat. I feel like a therapist that goes here, and a number you can call. We are getting anywhere. We are not getting anywhere. Here's the door. Good luck. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All I'm doing is taking your money. At this yeah, the therapy is not working. It's the therapist that they had on the show earlier on. We're seeing a therapist. We're trying to work stuff out. That's another thing. That because even speaking of therapy, that's the thing that annoyed me. Like when I was thinking about the whole venture into the catfish. That's what annoys me about the catfish situation and the discussion of it, because it's the exact scenario and situation that Kody had done to Mary previously at the therapy office when they went for couples therapy. Kody and Mary, They went to couples therapy. And Kody sat there and he told the therapist, I'm not talking about anything I did wrong, which tells me that when you talk to the therapist, the only thing you want to discuss is what Mary did wrong and what Mary needs to improve on and what Mary should be sorry about and what Mary should be ashamed of, because you want to use the therapy session as a way to hobble and attack Mary. And that, I feel like, this entire catfish discussion was. It was just a way for them to pull them out and pull them into this conversation, this discussion, to embarrass and humiliate Mary. That's all it is. That's why I'm not really a big fan. Like, I think there was a time and it had its place to be discussed, but I'm not a fan of really drudging it up because of that point. It reminds me of that instance when Kody was sitting in the office. He was like, I just want to basically spend this time in front of the camera humiliating Mary. And I don't want to talk about anything I did, which might have, created this situation or circumstance. I just want to talk about her ass. And if we talk about me, I'm going to get up and walk out. And that's basically what he said during the course of it, like even during this tell-all. Because if she would have spun that around, if Suki would have spun that around, well, what were you doing? Why was Mary I mean, shit. Were you coming around? You said she was on the phone with this dude all the time. Part of the reason why she was able to get as far as she was with him is because you weren't there. Nature hates a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Nature hates a vacuum. So if you don't believe me, when your kids are in an activity, if they ever stop that activity, they have an activity that they do from 6 to 8. And you don't get home till 9:30. 6 to 8, 9:30, you get home. 9 o'clock, you walk in the door. If they ever stop going to that activity, that slot will fill itself up because nature hates a vacuum. If you stop going around and you're a polygamist and you stop seeing your wife, nature hates a vacuum. And all's going to happen is the sun going to be catching somebody tiptoeing their ass out of your door one morning. It's inevitable. Just saying. But thank you so much, Jody Pierce. Perfumes are life. With the $9.99 super chat. I said, I don't watch. I remember what Leon said on the show about the catfish and how Mary still decided to ignore the obvious catfish and inappropriate telling her child how wonderful he was. Also a victim. Yes, this is very true. Because here's the thing. And I think that it's just something to kind of put a feather in, because, or at least a pin, because we can understand and make excuses for why Mary did what she did. But the reality of it is that for Leon, who was a child in that situation, she grew up with her dad being who he was, and she was accustomed to it. Because I know somebody's gonna be like, it's not fair that Kody's held to a different standard. I get that. But she grew up with this dude being an asshole. And if you think that your mom is this upright, stalwart person, you hold her to a different level or a different standard. And then for her to fall from that standard and then basically like, yo, this dude's too perfect. He a catfish, mom. Don't do it. It's not real. And she's so wrapped in, she's so locked in. She's like, I don't care what you're talking about. He is real. I talked to Mandy, Robyn's friend. She met him. So it's real. You don't know what you're talking about. Bop, bop, bop. That's going to hurt your child. I mean, because we can come up with a justification on why it's not infidelity. But at the time, to Perfumes Our Life's point, Leon thought that that was infidelity. They believed that their mom was cheating on their father. And that's hard for any child. That's hard for any child. Because when you have affairs, like the corrosive effect of an affair, it's easy for me, if I was to go out and be running around, it'd be easy for me to come back and be like, oh, kids, that's just between me and your mom. That's what between our relationship. And technically, I would be right. But there's also a corrosive effect that happens to the family unit when that type of affair or infidelity happens. You know, it hurts the whole family. Kids feel displaced. Kids feel, you know, their world is shaken. They feel insecure. Divorce is already hard enough. Divorce with infidelity or wrongdoing just exacerbates that problem. So, but yeah. Good point. Perfumes Are Life. Yeah, because I mean, I think that there's parts where I don't, and that's another thing I don't like. I don't like the narrative of I was a victim. You know, I met this catfish and I was victimized because they sought me out and they were getting me and they fooled me. And, oh, I was terrible when I was victim. You know, the truth of the matter is you're only a victim because you were trying to do it. You were committed to it. You're trying to make it happen. Right. And you were about that life. You're okay, you know, he gonna come over. He's a businessman. He gonna put me on his private jet. We gonna join the Mile High Club. It's gonna be amazing. You know, then he gonna fly to his private island, ride his personal yacht that used to belong to Bill Gates before he got divorced and tried to slip his wife STD pills. You know, apparently my man went and caught something and he tried to slide his wife some medication on a DL. She got wind of it. And that's why I got divorced, allegedly. But yeah. But that's thanks for the kick in the ribs. Perfumes Are Life, bringing us back to life, back to reality. Thank you so much. It's like Perfumes Are Life is like no, because I remember she was riding heavy. Even I think Wendy said something. Where's that at? Oh, here it is. When someone is being a catfish, there's nothing you can say because it's up to them to get in that position in the first place. They are desperately lonely. Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, the idea of the catfish, let's call it what it is. This is like the perfect, amazing person. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is the person that don't exist on paper. You know, that person. Like, he rich, he's sensitive, he have all the time in the world, but he's also a busy CEO. He's always working, but he always finds time to be able to take me out to dinner and shopping and 4-week vacations in Europe, another 4 weeks in South America. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that dude doesn't exist. But when you're getting catfished, you know, it's the old adage, when something's sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Or there's a big ass hook to it. But we had Lizzie B, who gifted one My Take on Reality membership. Yeah, make sure you come by on Saturday. We have the round table. You get that membership. Come by on the Saturday. Do the panel discussion. Let me give Lizzie B a little something. Then we had Michelle Woods in the house. Almost Mr. Tell-All. Comcast has been really funky from the heavy snow and the very cold winter. After watching this final tell-all of the season, I so wish the internet was out again. Man-made, fire axe. Yeah, mine was acting funny too. Like I missed like the first 5 minutes of it. It was like it wouldn't hook up right. I don't know whether it's the weather or what's going on. Like I'm just having technical problems. It's almost like I don't know, like there's divine intervention. Sometimes I feel like that too. Like James, these people are going to kill you. Because this is ridiculous. Like they ain't even trying to respect you a little bit. But thank you so much, Michelle Woods. Yeah. Yeah, Comcast don't be playing either. But they bill be there, I bet you. Like you might not get your shows on time, but that bill will be there. And especially now they do everything online. But thank you so much, Michelle Woods. They always like, your shit better not be late. But we have a tie with the $1.99 super chat. Said, y'all, who is tuning in for season 21? It's a no. Yeah, right. I don't know what season 21 is even going to talk about. I don't even know what season 20 was about. Have somebody, I could do a review of season 20 and it will be a 5-minute video. Like that shit is it was so weak. This shit was weak. It was so weak. Especially if I say, you know what? For this season 20 review, I'm only going to talk about new issues. I'm only going to talk about new issues. That joke be long enough for me to get my intro and outro music together and be like, well, no news here. And then I believe in life like you know what I mean? That'd be it. And I'm out. That'd be it. It's terrible. Thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate you. Then we have Jody Periscala with the $4.99 super chat. Said, if you want to see Kendra get questioned by a detective and she calls Jackie, YouTube sister wife catfish info 2 parts. Yeah. Because I would like to see both Kendra and the catfish get interviewed or talked to, but Kody would never let that happen because it'll make Robyn look too bad. Because if they tell the truth, it'll come out. And the catfish, let's be honest, like she had a little bit of a shine early on. People were talking about her, but that light is quickly dimmed. So she might be ready to tell the truth, which makes her very dangerous. And I'm sure Kody and them slapped her with a damn restraining order or NDA early on. But thank you so much, Jody. Then we had Raiders Ma in the house. What's going on, Raiders Ma? How you doing down there in Florida? Keeping it chilly. Wait, hold on a second. Let me just see something. Oh, crap. I said it's 29 degrees down there. Oh, Raiders Ma. I know you're not used to that. Raiders Ma is in trouble, y'all. Let's put some hearts in the chat for Raiders Ma. They are not prepared. In Florida, 29 degrees. Oh, that means anybody in like North, South Carolina, Georgia, they freezing too. Oh my goodness. That is rough. Oh. Yeah, because we get cold up here. It's like, we complain about it. Like in the Northeast, it get cold, but like, it's ridiculous. It's 12 degrees, blah, 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 Why it's so cold? It's wintertime. It's stupid. Yeah. Down south? This shit dropped below 50? Oh, they shut the town down. They're like, it's the apocalypse. It's the end of the world. It's the ice age. I think I saw a mammoth walking through the graveyard and a saber-toothed tiger was up in the tree. This is terrible. What are we going to do? Like, you know, oh, yes, keep it safe down there, Raiders Mine. Stay out of trouble. That's the upside, though. It'd be so cold outside, you can't get into trouble. Shit. Want to get into trouble walking in my car. I've been letting the heat up for the last 20 minutes. You know what I mean? He said, but we have coats. And I don't know. Down south, they don't really get them good coats. Further up north, you get them like good coats. Down south, they be like, this coat cute. Why do I want to spend $400 on a coat that I'm gonna wear once? You know what I mean? $200 on a coat, I'm gonna wear once. $100 on, $50 on a coat, I'm only wear once. But what does Raider in my head to say? Can't believe none of these MFs mentioned the kids when questioned about who needed an apology. Sorry for not being the parents you needed in the start. Yeah. Parents you needed as a start. That would have been crazy. Raiders Miles like, hence my profile pic. Tell you. I just thought you was a really cool ninja. She's like, I am ready for bed. And that was like Raiders my pictures probably when it was like 60 degrees outside. She's like, give me my scarf, my winter gloves, give me the mittens. Yeah. You know what? I'm sure Kody already came out and said, don't even talk about the kids. Don't ask about the kids. Don't talk about the kids. Don't speak of the kids because F them kids. And that's how I feel like. Is that wrong? Am I wrong for that? Like, I just feel like there's so much, sweeping them under the rug. It's kind of like they kind of just, the way they do it. Just forget them kids. I don't care about them kids. You asking about them kids? This is my show. It's about me. Put the spotlight on me. I feel like it's like that. But then at the same time, maybe they're protecting the kids. But thank you so much, Raider Ma. Say she work at the port. Oh, ooh, off that water. Oh, it get cold. Oh. Yeah, that's next level. Michelle Woods with the $5 super chat. James, I just looked it up. The name Povich is from the Croatian Poland. Oh, yes, right. Poland, Ukraine, and Serbian area. I was right. I had a feeling it was Polish. I think he was Polish. I think he was a Pole. I think you're right. But thank you for looking. Yeah. But he was another one. Like we talk about Suki. Maury Povich was actually a serious journalist at one point. He made his money on Maury's show, but he was a serious journalist. Him and his wife. His wife was like a heavy hitter too. She stayed in the news game, but yeah, Connie Chung, yeah, she was serious. Connie Chung was serious. Like she was the one. Connie Chung get your ass on the couch. She make presidents nervous. She made their hair turn white. That's what we need on the tell-alls. Connie Chung, we were talking to Russian prime minister. Like, I don't give a shit. Tell me what you think. But thank you so much, Michelle Woods. Appreciate you. Yeah, Povich was around. He was a serious dude. Thanks so much, Michelle. That's awesome. Unlimited lipstick. What's going on, Jay? 279 super truth. Said Robyn squandered OG's money, resources with no remorse. Yeah, right. Do you have anything to apologize for? I'm sorry I couldn't get no more of that good money. I'm sorry I let them go and they walked out with houses and property and the clothes on their backs. I didn't feel wasn't lack of effort. You know. Let me give Jan a little something. All right. We had Stacy Johnson. What's going on, Stacy? Stacy in the place. Why would these women want to be friends with a man who treats their kids so poorly? Kody has disowned her son, Leon, but Mary is still cool being friends. Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like, what's the use? What are we trying to do for each other? You know, what are we trying to do for real? And that would have been interesting too. If David or Christine would have said that. Because they have the kids at the house with them. Or at least truly at the house with them. You have anything to apologize for? You tell Kody to apologize to Truly. She missed her father. You know what I mean? I know for certain because she come in there and tell me. You know. And Janelle, she down there with a lot of the kids in North Carolina. So she could say something. But I don't know if she will. But yeah. Thank you so much, Stacy. Then we had Megatron in the house with the $5 super chat. Said, meanwhile, I am 1 week consistent going to the gym daily, and I'm down 16 pounds total and focus on building muscle now. Bench press 125 today. Okay. Let's get a little celebration in the chat for Megatron trying to go mega, ultra mega. She's like, I'm about to go Galactus up on this joint. I'm about to Megatron trying to go Galvatron. She trying to go Galvatron up in this piece. She trying Megatron in the she in there sweating it out, trying to get the thighs for the guys. They're ready to keep them coming back. You know what I mean? That's all right. Okay. That's awesome. 1 week consistent. That's all it is about, though. On daily, down 16 pounds. That's impressive. Okay. You working. Yeah, the muscle transition actually works better. Because if you can, little secret to the sauce, if you can build muscle, don't worry. If you're a person who's saying, I don't want to get bulky, don't worry, you won't get bulky. Because let's be honest, if you go to the gym, there's always some high school boys in there or some men in there have been lifting for, prospectively a few years. They trying to get bulky too. And a lot of times they ain't bulky either. Yeah, it ain't getting bulky. Like you have if you are you have to do certain things in order for you to get real packed out with muscle. I'm not trying to look like a fella. You would have to do some things to get to reach that point. And it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of chicken and broccoli, pharmaceutical help in order for you to get to that point. But if you can go to the gym, you build muscle, having for one, just as a general rule, a pound of muscle is smaller than a pound of fat, right? So because it's denser. And in addition to that, simply by having muscle is calorically expensive, meaning that you actually it costs your body calories because you actually burn calories in order to maintain muscle. So when you go to the gym and say you jump on a treadmill, which I have nothing against treadmills or cardio because you need that shit to keep your heart going, right? But if you do cardio, your the effectiveness of that exercise is only during the duration of said exercise. When you stop, right? So whatever you're burning, it's no longer being burnt. If you think you're losing fat or whatever, you're not losing fat after you stop. When you go home after doing resistance training or lifting weights, you are creating micro tears in your muscle. And when you go home and you go to sleep, you eat and you go to sleep, you rest. That's when you build muscle, not in the gym. In the gym, you're just breaking the muscle down. When you go home, you eat, you recover, and you go to sleep. That's when you build muscle. And that costs calories. So you're actually burning calories in your sleep when you do resistance training. Another little thing that I noticed, not giving advice, but just something I noticed, is that if you do resistance training and say you want to do cardio as well, do your cardio. You can do 3 to 5 minute warm up walk or whatever, just so you can get yourself loose, get some lubrication in the joints. I'm not 18 no more. I'm 16. I can't just go into the gym and just start slanging and banging. But get a little lubrication in it. You do your resistance training. Then after your resistance training, if you want to do 10, 15, 20 minutes cardio, it'll be more effective for you burning fat if you do that. Yeah. But yeah, protein is good for the building blocks of muscles. That's why them guys are always walking around with the shakers. Gotta get my protein in, bro. Best protein is actually food. Actually eat your food. Don't drink your protein. If you can eat your protein, it's better for you. The only time you really need supplements, and that's the thing too, they don't gotta go crazy with supplements and all that bullshit, the pills and the shakes and the post drink and the pre-workout and the post-workout and the this, that, and the other skippity doo dah day. If you do meal preps, your meal's already ready. When you finish working out, you go home, pop that bad boy into the microwave or stove or however you heat your shit up, and you get your protein that way. It's actually better for your body because even with the whole food, it gives your body a chance to break the food down, which causes calories. It makes your body work. Like if you're eating whole food as opposed to drinking protein shakes. Protein shakes aren't bad. I'm not criticizing protein shakes. Do what you got to do. But just between the two, protein shakes aren't calorically expensive for your body because it's liquid. Your body doesn't have a difficult time breaking that down. If it's whole food, especially like there's protein, red meat, chicken breast, fish, that kind of thing. Greens, broccoli, is celery. Those actually the calories are so low that it actually costs you more calories to eat it than you actually pick up from eating like broccoli and stuff like that. I'm sorry. I'm just very super stoked for Megatron. Yeah, I took a little break because me and my kids were going to the gym, and I'm excited about it now. That's why Megatron. You've inspired me, Megatron, because we were going back to the gym tomorrow. We also I was working with my kids, and I'm pulling them into a project for my take on reality. So we should hopefully be having an announcement relatively soon uh with the kids. But we go to we're gonna we start back to gym tomorrow. So slanging and banging, doing our thing. But it's fun. It's fun. Oh, okay. What am I trying to say? Hold on one second. And make sure I say, yes, I've been bringing my kids as well. We all need to do better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Plus, you know what? Quiet as this kept. I wanted to take the kid. Yeah, I always said, like, gotta get them into the family business. Bring them into the family business. So my dad was a heavy duty, and my dad was a Marine man. A Marine. He is a Marine. He still go to the gym. Dad's like in his 80s. He don't miss the gym. The only days he take off is Saturday and Sunday. But aside from trying to teach a healthier lifestyle, it could also help with stress management. You know, gives you something to focus on. I always tell my kids that the thing I like about the gym is that no matter what you have going on, when you get to the gym, you control. This is the one part, like I say it this way. When you get to the gym is the one part of your day that you can control everything. You have complete control over your day or what you do at the gym. So if you want to go to the gym and do cardio, you do cardio. You want to work chest, back, arms, legs, whatever, you do that. You can determine how heavy you go, how light you go, how many sets, whatever. You get to control that. And there's not a lot of places in your life where you have that much control. And so if you can find a place where, aside from being a stress reliever, because you get to work out all that nervous energy, that frustration or whatever, it's the one place where you can go and you can control everything. And when you learn to master that control, maybe it'll bleed over into other things, right? And in addition to that, it's just I like going with my kids because that's the stuff that it's those times like that I think that they will remember. You know what I mean? Like that, I think those are the experiences that the kids kind of take with them. It's not the grand gestures of like Christmas presents or birthday presents or holidays or vacations. It's the little things. So if I'm not around, you know, they'll we have a good time when we go. We work, but it's we get to crack some jokes and you know say some things, get them excited about going, keeping it light, keeping it fun, and we just enjoy each other's company. And when I'm not around, 100 years or whatever, but when I'm not around, that'll be something that hopefully that they look back on, and if they ever think about me, that'll be something that they can reach back in a file and they be able to pull those experiences. So it's just another experience that you can share with them. And it actually, and to Megatron's point, it's something that's good for them, because even if it's something that like, okay, you don't have to try to compete with Mr. America or Mr. Olympia or whatever, but it's something where if I can give you a skill set that you can put in your tool belt, that at some point maybe you don't go crazy with it now, but later on you want to use it, you got it. So, but thank you so much, Megatron. Let me give you a little something. We're gonna see Megatron during the summer. She's gonna be snatched. Megatron gonna be snatched. She's like, I'll be like a person. I'll be like a purse chock full of hundreds walking through a Central Park at midnight, snatched. Summertime is coming. Remember Game of Thrones, winter is coming. You know, she like, summertime is coming. And that's what's up. But we also had Perfumes of Life with the $4.99 super chat. Whey proteins, good during a workout. But like James said, Whole Foods are great. Apparently kids are not eating fiber. It's scary. Ooh, shit, you're right. What goes up must come down. Gotta make sure what goes in also comes out. So yeah, but I mean they have stuff like sometimes with the protein, they used to have like a fiber that you could mix in your protein too to help kind of move that along so it doesn't get gunky. You know. But yeah, whey protein hands down is for me if I had to pick a powder, it would be whey protein. And you can get whey protein anywhere. Like Walmart's, Target, shit. You can get it from like a grocery store in some cases. But good quality whey protein is always cool. I like the whole food just because, especially when you're dealing with kids, like they don't necessarily have to load up on a whole lot of stuff. And if you're starting out, the beautiful thing too is if you're starting out, I don't want to turn this into like a Biggest Loser thing, like, you know what I mean? Just giving out like gym bro advice. But if you're starting out, you don't have to do a whole lot of shit. You don't have to go crazy, son. You don't have to go crazy. The newbie gains are real. Newbie gains are real. Okay. When you start working out, you will pick up muscle. You will lose weight quickly. You don't have to go to the vitamin shop and buy the place out because you will lose weight. You will experience change just by simply changing your lifestyle and being involved with exercise. It will happen. 100% it will happen. So you don't have to go crazy. I gotta get the amino acids. I gotta get the amino acids. I gotta get the or branch chain amino acids, get more complex, got glycogen and this, that, and other. You don't have to do all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Your development, your ascension is very rapid on them newbie gains. And then you won't hit a point where it levels off. You won't feel like it levels off. Just keep working through it. Trust your program and keep going. And you'll experience another one. It'll plateau a little bit, but trust your program. And the thing is, if you do a program, you start a program, don't go. If you know what, I'll just say this: if you are going to the gym, don't go crazy. Don't try to do everything in one sitting, right? You don't show up to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do 15 sets of bench press. I'm gonna get my chest together. Then I'm gonna do some lat raises like Kody. Get my shoulders together. Have boulder shoulders. No. I would even recommend if you've never been to the gym before, go. Just get yourself used to going. Because like Megatron was saying, going consistently is the hardest part of going to the gym. Finding the time, because like I said, vacuum, time, nature hates a vacuum. So if you have a time that you go to the gym, work out. It doesn't have to be crazy. I've even heard trainers and professionals recommend just go to the gym, get yourself used to going. Go in, do maybe 2 or 3 exercises, one set on those exercises, and come on out. Because you don't want to make it unpleasant for yourself. The gym should be fun, right? It should be an enjoyable experience. I mean, it's not going to be like relaxing. You should work. when you're there. But it shouldn't be a thing where you're dreading to go. You should want to go to the gym. It's fun. So, but yeah. But thank you, Perfumes of Life. That's good advice. Yeah, whey protein. Yeah, you're right. Cause because there's a few out there that aren't as good, but whey protein is actually a very good general. And it's just, like, for me, I think it's like it's more of a, not premium because it's not expensive or anything, but it does what I need it to do. If I was going to do a powder protein, whey protein is what I would reach for. That's the one I have downstairs in the kitchen, right? If I, like, for instance, if I feel like I can't get a meal in, then I'll hit the whey protein. But normally I like to have food. You don't have to be a great cook either. Don't shy away from that. Meal prep is easier. Just real talk. If you can prep food for a week, then you take the guesswork out of it, and you don't run the risk of falling off your diet, or your I don't like to say diet, but you don't mess up your food. Because if you sitting there and you like, you know what, I don't feel like, you gotta cook every night. I don't feel like cooking nothing. And besides, the pizza man delivers. That's the problem with fast food. This shit is way convenient. So, you know, and it adds stuff to hit them dopamine switches. So it's easier if you have food already in your house, it's already ready. You just got to portion it out, or it's already portioned in the containers. Even better, you just rock and roll. And you will start seeing results. You change your diet, because they always say abs are made in the kitchen. Change your diet, change your activity, your body will change. It will change. It's not going to be automatic, though. It's not a sudden, because if it took you 20 years to get out of shape, you're not going to get back into shape in 2 weeks. It's just not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be Captain America. But thank you so much, Perfume. I saw where someone had inquired. Oh, Big Love channel. Oh, Big Love. That's HBO. Big Love is HBO Max. I think they offer a program starting at somewhere around like $10, something like that. And you also get TLC stuff on HBO as well, Discovery stuff. So yeah, it's on it's HBO, Hebo. Yeah, Kathy Ram, you take out popping fries, yeah. Yeah, that's so. I haven't drank soda in a long time. I haven't drank soda in so long. But when I do drink soda, it tears my ass up. Like, the carbonation does something crazy to my stomach. But it's a lot of sugar. Like, like soda. Oh, I was a soda fiend, boy. I was a soda fiend. You know what soda I was my shit? Mountain Dew. Oh, this shit was so sugary. Oh, it make my teeth hurt just thinking about it. Mountain Dew. Oh, Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper. Holy shit. So much sugar. But yeah. Jenny Jet with the $4.99 super chat said, how is it all this gym protein talk is more interesting than Sister Wives shit show? Because you can actually have a perspective about the gym and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? With Sister Wives, it's just like, we gonna go back in time. We going back? Yeah, way back. I feel like I'm in like a 70s funkadelic, video or something, like, trapped in a time loop. It's so ridiculous. Like, we're gonna talk about the catfish experience. when the catfish happened, Mary doesn't want to talk about it. Then when she does talk about it, she barely wants to talk about it. Then Kody wants to sit there because he's embarrassed. I don't think it was because he was trying to, and let's clear that up. I don't think Kody was covering for Mary because he was protecting Mary. I think he was covering for Mary because he was embarrassed that he got cheated on. That's all I think it was. That somebody else was coming there taking, filling his slack. And they were pointing at him saying that the reason Mary was doing it was because he was lacking. So he was covering up, we forgave Mary because she was basically stalked out. Not because he was looking out for Mary, but because he was looking out for himself. Everything is so selfish with this dude. It's crazy. But thank you so much, Jenny Chad. Yeah, I just, Uh-oh. Somebody said they love root beer. I used to love root beer floats. You know what? I didn't watch everything from Big Love. Maybe I might go back and watch that. I might start maybe a Big Love review and work that in. Yeah. Let me see. I'll put that in a poll. What did I poll it? But let's see. So, are you satisfied with how this season went and ended? 15% of you said yes. 85% of you said hell no. I can't vote, but yeah, I'm not really satisfied. I feel like the Skylar sisters. He's never satisfied. History has its eyes on you. See, I won't even say, like, if we cover Big Love, I won't even do, because I don't want to force people to have to get channels or whatever they don't need or want. I would even say we could talk about issues from Big Love. The crazy thing about that is that Big Love, so many elements of Big Love were actually things that the Brown family tried to emulate once they aired on Sister Wives. They tried to become the real life version of the Hendricksons. Like that was the family. They tried to become the real life version of them. Because in Big Love, the patriarchal father figure, he owned basically like a Walmart type deal, convenience store over in Utah. He had 3 wives, and I genuinely could say that for the most part, he loved his wives, right? And he loved his wives in a way where the relationships, if they struggled, weren't necessarily because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. There were struggles because of natural jealousies. There were struggles because, you had a wife that was kind of like Robyn, who just like crazy with the money. The second wife was like bananas. Like I couldn't do the second wife. I don't know what my man was thinking when he married her ass. Like that was crazy. And homegirl, she used to give me the creeps. Like, I don't know. How he go? Like she would mess him up, ran up all kinds of bills on him. Third wife was a convert from that he brought in. It was kind of like, I guess, a Janelle. She wasn't part of her religion, but he indoctrinated her so that he could marry her. but she was more worldly. Yeah, the second wife was because that's kind of like some of the elements from the show were involved. So you had the money hungry wife who was the second wife, but you also had the second wife was also royalty, church royalty, which is kind of where Janelle or Christine was. Then you had the first wife who played kind of the role of the first wife because she took a lot of the responsibilities. But even though she operated in some respects in her own selfishness sometimes, she too, like even as a first wife, if you watched it, be like it would make it seem like polygamy is doable because she cared about the family. You know, everybody who was involved pretty much cared about the family in their own weird way. But with the Brown family, I don't think it translated as well. Uh yeah. Yeah, Bill. Like I said, Bill Hendrickson, he was a good dude. Like he made sacrifices for his wife. Like he was the one guy like that I think when Brown family got up and they were talking about legalizing polygamy, Bill Hendrickson would be more of an example of if polygamy were legal, then a lot of their problems would have disappeared. Or not disappeared, but it certainly would have had fewer problems, significantly fewer problems. Um, but Kody and them, not so much. Yeah, just so you guys know, I do still have my videos up about polygamy and legalizing polygamy and enabling uh you know being a force behind the throne, the power behind the throne as the wives support their husbands. Like for instance, Janelle, she gave a lot of support, a lot of cover for Kody. So I talk about those things. I also use an example from another show called Seeking Sister Wives, where you have a young lady who does the same thing. And she divorced her husband so that he could marry other wives and bring them up from South America and take advantage of them. Yeah, Big Love is 5 seasons long. I think I'm on I was on season 3, I want to say 3 or 4. But yeah, well, and then I figure I'll do a combo show. So we'll do maybe some Big Love, talk about some of the issues with Big Love. I'll go back and start watching it again. Talk about some issues with Big Love, and we'll talk about some videos that I was producing and I'll put out, and then we can talk about those, like basically storyline videos where certain issues that either I came in contact with or spoke to somebody about or discovered on Reddit and various issues. We can discuss those. Yeah, no. Yeah, the watch alongs. Yeah, HBO can be very litigious. The only people more litigious than HBO is probably Universal can be bad, but the mouse, Disney, nothing. Star Wars, Marvel, yeah, they come for you. But yeah, with the other videos that I have that are more original produced videos, we can watch along with those and then comment from those. But yeah, I'm gonna cut you guys loose because I don't want to be like TLC and take advantage of your time because there's not much to talk about with this thing. I'll probably rewatch it tomorrow and maybe with some good sleep, kick whatever bug is in my system out. I'll come up with like I'll see something different tomorrow. Or rewatch this foolishness, but I was a little disappointed tonight. you know. But yeah, we'll still be doing the lives. But again, if you guys want to see the lives will be updated on or held on my My Take on Reality Live channel. So if you want to subscribe to that channel, ring the bell for notification, and you'll catch those lives, as well as I might, maybe I'll do some pop-ups. So make sure you hit those subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be told when we pop live, because something happened. I might have to come out and be like, yo, I heard David drove out to Arizona and pulled up on Kody and slapped the fire out his ass because he said something wild and truly. In which case I'm gonna jump on live and talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Carmel Q's. I gotta kick whatever the hell this is. My kids are already like, I'm going to gym tomorrow, Dad. So I gotta go. If I gotta go in there and pick up them 5-pound dumbbells, that's what we gonna do. We gonna get it done. We make it work. Like, look at this big ass down there. Look at them little ass tiny weights. I used to, oh man, quick story time. Story time. One of the things that I just speaking about fitness because it's on my mind, I guess. But one of the things that I've always kind of pushed to my kids was like, check your ego at the door. When you go to the gym, much like you're in control of what's going on there for you. You're also the only person you're in competition with is you. I have never, because we've gone and I've said to my kids, like, what was that guy lifting on the bench press? You remember? No. Okay. The guy that was over there doing the curls. You remember what he was doing? No. You know why? Because you don't give a shit. And when you go to the gym and you're working out, don't put yourself in a situation where you can get hurt trying to impress somebody else, because like you, they don't give a shit. Right. And I said, I don't care when I go to the gym. I do what I need to do or what feels good for me. But I know that I've been in situations where I go and if I'm going to be fair, not, I'm not being braggadocious, but I can lift a lot. And because I've been doing it for so long. It's not even that I'm super duper strong. It's just that I'm efficient just from doing it for so long. And so I had a thing where I call running a rack, where you start at like a heavier weight, and you just, for the dumbbells, and you just go all the way down. Boom, boom, boom. So 5-pound increments. And I was like, I know for sure I'll be doing something and somebody will walk in and say I do the shoulder shrugs. If I start at the buck, I'm picking up a buck, 100-pound dumbbells, and I do 95s, 90, 85, 80, and I'm going like 15, 20 reps per dumbbell, and I'm going all the way down. By the time I get to like 15, 10, 5, I'm wiped out, right? And I know I've been in situations where people walked in and saw my big ass at the shallow end of the pool with them 5-pound dumbbells, straight struggling. What the shit? Like, look at this guy. What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I can feel it. But here's the thing. I don't care. Because my muscles don't care. My body don't care. When I get home and I go to sleep, my body don't care. Like, did you impress anybody? They don't give a shit. You work out for you. You do what makes you feel good. So just do what you got to do. And then you listen to your body. There's days I go in, you feel like a titan, and you can pick up the whole damn world. Other days you go in, you're not feeling that shit, and your body's like, look, if you jump in that deep end, you gonna drown. You go down there if you want to. You'll be right. You walk down there, you'll be getting carried out. 1, 2. Oh, what was that? And you out of here. You know what I mean? So just be careful. Do your stuff. Don't worry about nobody else. If you are, and don't feel like you got to be at a certain fitness level to be in the gym, because that's what the gym is for. You know who, as crazy as it is, you know who feels the worst when they go to the gym? You ever see them real big muscle guys, muscle bound dudes? Half the time, them guys have the worst self impression. Like they have body, a lot of times they have body dysmorphia. I knew guys who had body dysmorphia real bad. These guys look amazing, amazing, but they swear to goodness that, you know, man, I'm too skinny. Dog, what are you talking about? Your legs are like tree trunks. Your arms are like car doors. Like, what are you talking about? I'm more concerned that you're gonna have a heart attack because you're too muscular, right? Man, I need to really tighten it up. Like, what? And again, nobody's really paying attention to you. So go in, do your thing, have a good time when you go. Go in with a smile on your face. It's all good. You making you better. So F everybody else. You making you better. You there for you. But let me give a shout out to Megatron in the house. Thank you so much for the super chats. Jody Periscala, perfumes or life. Got Lizzie V, Michelle Woods, Ty, Jody Periscala. Of course, we had Raiders Ma in the house down there keeping chill in Florida. Then we have Stacy Johnson, Megatron again, Jenny Jet. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I also want to thank the Mega Mod squad for holding a player down. I know tonight might not have been as exciting. Maybe I wasn't as put together as I hoped I would be. But tonight's show was a little dry for me. And again, like I said, I'm kind of fighting through something. But I will be back on Tuesday. I'll be back on Thursday, hitting that gym. Heavy duty tomorrow. I think two days. I might not do the swimming part tomorrow. But because I usually I try to swim and then I'll do resistance training with my kids. But trying to mix it up. But thank you guys so much. Let me get a little something. But yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure you wash your hands. That's another thing. You know what? That's the thing too. Why you gotta make sure you do it. The COVID rules are back in effect, y'all. There's something floating around. The Nepal virus. Let's not do another 1-9 where we gotta lock shit down again. So please wash your hands. Keep your hands out your mouth and off your face. All that good COVID, those good COVID protocols. The one thing I will say the one thing I do tell my kids is that we go to the gym. When we leave, without question, you wash your hands. The gym is the dirtiest place ever. Hey, that place is dirty. It's dirty, 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 dirty. Okay. Everybody in there sweating, go wash your hands. Just go wash your hands. And when I say wash your hands, I usually try to take it up damn near to the elbow, if not to the elbow. Like I'm going into surgery. I'm coming out of that. But yeah, I don't know what I have. It was weird. It was just something weird. I was having trouble sleeping and stuff, but I don't care. We're gonna fight through it. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it do what it do. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I kind of feel like TLC. I feel like I might have let you guys down. So Tuesday night, I'm gonna be back in full effect. And then, like I said, I might do a pop-up this week to make up for tonight, because I want to come in. Actually, I might do a pop-up. So make sure you subscribe to the live channel, hit the bell, ring the bell for notifications, because I think I might do a pop-up around Eastern Standard Time noon for our people over in the UK and over in Europe, because they're 6 hours ahead, and a lot of times they can't participate because, you know, for when I go on like 6 or 7, it's the middle of the damn night for them. So I want to give them a chance to participate. But thank you so much. Oh, it's all, yeah, the page is also on the YouTube page, and the page itself is called My Take on Reality Live. That's the that's the thing. So 76% you're like, yeah, let's do Big Love. So yeah, I'll take a look into it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stacy. I'm trying my best. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight. But thank you for joining me. Thank you to the mods and everybody who keep everything chill. Thank you guys for yesterday too. The Sunday crowd came through. Had a great conversation. We're banging it up. But appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. That's my take. I'm James, and this has been My Take on Reality. And I'm 'cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Go for a ride down the side, means.h.